Willie D Live.
One of the greatest lyricists of all time, and I got to jump right into this question that I just burning.
No, wait,
I got a
whoa,
burning
whoa, whoa.
question.
Excuse me, sir.
Talk to me.
Wait, whoa. No, you don't understand. I got goosebumps right now. If not the one of the biggest, look, still my idol, yo. Willie D
This guy.
is what I stand for.
I appreciate that.
What?
Man.
The lyricism? To take no shit? Knock a nigga head off his shoulders? Stand up all around, good guy, man? Willie D? Willie! Hey, Willie D! Willie D!
You know I used that on the first album, right?
You gotta excuse me. No,
You know I used it on the first album.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
asked you why you didn't use it.
Yeah.
But then you did.
Yeah.
Yo, you gotta excuse me, yo.
Yeah.
You gotta excuse me. I don't know how to act. What camera we in? That one?
Man, there's cameras all around us.
Oh,
so.
we rig?
Yeah.
And I watched the show.
Yeah.
When you and Mr. Face.
Yeah.
Excuse me for cutting you off. I don't know how much time we got. 5:29, that's my birthday. Ooh, play that number. 5:29. I'm all over the place with it, but no, you don't understand. I'm ecstatic right now. I had the tapes, all the tapes, know everything by heart. I'm a fan of the music first.
Yeah. Likewise, King. Likewise, and that's why I want to ask you about the lyricism. You know, where does Keith Murray fit in today's society, 2023 hip hop society, when it comes to lyricism? Being that lyricism is not all that major of a deal for many people today. Where do you fit? Where does somebody like you fit in?
Well, I'm different. I don't fit in. I set myself
stand out.
apart.
Okay.
For these rappers who ain't got no respect for the art.
Yeah. The most beautifulest thing in the world, bro. Like you have to excuse people for talking about that song all the time. There's other songs you have that are good, very good songs too. But just coming up with that title, how did you even do that?
Well, it was a line I said on Eric Sermon's song, Hostile.
Yeah.
The most beautifulest thing in this world is my notion for murderous poetry and motion. And the idiotic shit I come across when releasing trap air with explosive force. So, Eric Sermon, the genius that he is, he put me in the studio one day and he said, Murray, just take this part. The most beautifulest thing in this world is just like that. I get in you. But as fluent as I say it now, I was behind the microphone for a long time, probably like 45 minutes to an hour, like, I can't say it. It was like an argument just to say those words bunched together. So he made me say it. The most beautifulest thing in this world, stop. It's just like that, stop. I get in you. Then he pieced them together. But now I can say them together for saying it so long. But I could not say that.
I wanted to know what came first, the chicken or the egg, because when I heard you say that on Hostile, I was like, I was wondering, was this just the lyrics in the song and it was, it came out dope and then y'all heard it, y'all listened to it back and said, yo, this could be an album, this could be a song. I didn't know if that was a plant for something that you already had going on.
That was Eric the genius. Because I said it in a rhyme, but I didn't say that. I said it in the other way I just told you I said it.
Right.
But then he chopped it up. And then he made it the single. Then he made it the album title. But that version wasn't the original version. It was another version.
Right.
Then he made it the remix, but the remix came out first. The genius that he is.
Right.
Word.
Man, take us back to Central Islip, man. Like, take us back. What was that like growing up in a town of, what was it, around 30,000 people or something?
Yeah, something like that. Well, actually, I'm from Nassau County, Roosevelt, Long Island.
Okay.
I was born in Meadowbrook Hospital. They call it Murderbrook. So Roosevelt is Nassau. Then my parents moved me to Central Islip with my grandmother, Miss Clara Buddha Hall and Leroy Hall. And my father, Keith Omar Murray Sr., is from Charleston, South Carolina. And my mother and grandmothers are. We from down south, but they moved to Roosevelt where they met each other and got married. And then they had me and my sister Demetria. She's 2 years older than me, D Ski. And they moved to Roosevelt. And then they lived in a house. And then I don't remember when they got a divorce or something, but my mother kept the last name. And I would go back from Central Islip to Roosevelt, where my Uncle T-Roy, the original B-boy, was listening to hip hop. And I used to mimic everything he did. And then I would listen to the radio, Mr. Magic and
Red Alert.
Red Alert
Yeah.
and Fly Tie and the Juice Crew and Marley Marl and MC Shannon, LL Cool J, and then
Melly Mel.
NWA, and then the Ghetto Boys, and then I just start listening to when my grandmother would go to work at the Patterson home. She was a nurse. I would listen to her radio in the room.
Stop. You got to cut that off. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know when you're ready, Mario. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you was listening to your grandmother's
Radio.
Radio.
My Uncle T. Roy, he had the tape, The Message, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. I would listen to that. And then I would just, he was the B-boy. Everything he did was the dress with the Kangos and the BBDs and the Adidas and the Pumas and the Lees. And then they would make the tank tops out of the DVDs, cut them and stuff, wear the do-rags. And him and Richard, he would always rap to this day. Uncle T-Roy, rap. And my sister D-Ski was the B-girl. So I asked Uncle T-Roy, yo, how y'all do that? Then he said one day to me, he said, yo, grab a pen and write this down. Read it back to yourself and see how it sounds. It might sound like I'm just an MC, but I'm not. I'm a prince of poetry. See, I don't sit down and write rhymes every day, but people want to sound like me anyway. He told me to write that rhyme down. So I wrote it, and he told me to memorize it. And he said, when you memorize it, come back to me. So I memorized it. And then from there, I went to a place called Freeport Mall, and I bought Dougie Fresh Slick Rick in the Show and Run DMC Tougher Than Leather. And I had those two cassettes. Well, I had the vinyl. And I used to go to my boy Hugo house. And I used to play him on his radio, on his father's radio cassette player. And then I was just hip-hop. Like, I was just know every song, listen to every record, Mr. Magic and Red Alert.
Did you battle?
Well, yeah. My Uncle Born True's from Crown Heights, Brooklyn, East New York. And my brother Pooch from Bainbridge. So Born True, I was with my cousin Driss, God bless the dead. Born True used to bodyguard for Big Daddy Kane. So I used to take the train from Central Islip, Long Island to Brooklyn with Driss, and we used to be in the projects. And Uncle Born used to take me all around every project at 16 battling. But before then, my Uncle T-Roy, the original B-boy, like I mimicked everything he did to this day. So he used to wake me up out of my sleep. Yo, Keith, battle him. So I was battling him. Then Uncle Bourne used to take me around. And I was battling. And then it just became something because I used to rhyme when other people in my hood, it wasn't popular to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I just picked it up from there. My MC name was Do Damage.
I know. MC Do Damage.
Yeah. But before that, it was Keefy Keef.
Yeah. Now, what made you want to switch up? What made you want to go from MC Do Damage to your government name?
Well, I played sports in high school a lot, and Murray, the name will ring. Basketball, soccer, track, and like the rap names never stuck with me. It was just Murray or Ma or Keith Murray. Or I was in the streets selling drugs. It was just I'm in a gang called a group of men, young men that gave themselves a name called LOD, Legion of Doom.
Yeah, Legion of Doom. Yeah.
So the cops and the gave us called us a gang.
And when did y'all evolve into a group? You know, with you and 50 Grand and Kel Vicious.
That's crazy.
And
Really
Ron J.
deep on the history.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, so I'm from Central Islip, Long Island, where K Solo is from.
Yeah.
So when I was on the Carlton Avenue selling hand-to-hand drugs and stuff, we used to just be running up the cars and going uptown, reeing up. K Solo used to come to the block.
Yeah.
He was with EPMD. He was with Parrish in the EPMD. So I asked him one day, yo, could you take me to Eric's house? So I was driving a Montero with Urban Gorilla, I call it, with Urban Gorilla, had the tire on the back. So I went to Lowell Avenue, and I saw him. He was talking to a girl, and I drove by, so I made a U-turn, and I went to him. So he took me to Eric Sermon's house, and I knocked on the door, waited, knocked on the door, waited, knocked on the door, waited, knocked on the door, waited. And then all of a sudden, I seen a dude coming up the steps, a dark figure. Then I seen his face, then I seen his eyes. I was like, oh, shit, that's E. But mind you, when I was young in Roosevelt, I heard the Mr. Magic and Molly Moore playing the records in Red Alert. And then I heard, then I'm on track, like a Long Island drinker doctor. I'm getting goosebumps. I was like, oh, shit. Yo, this shit was blowing my mind. Then I was like, yo, and then my friend Wink, I'm best friends with Wink. He was friends with Eric. He was cousins with Eric. And then E used to come up to the high school in a Suzuki. Then we used to be in the back cutting, playing basketball. Mr. Billy used to come. E used to be sitting there. I was like, yo. So I just started being around, going to watching the shows at the VFW with Midnight Express and KB and them. And then we used to be under the light, me and my boy Drew. And he's like, yo, Redman got on with EPMD. And I used to have all these rhymes and stuff. And then one day I just asked Solo. So I went in the room with E, right? He was playing beats and I was just spitting rhymes. And he was like, yeah, I like that, come back. So I used to go back, I was at that time going to college, New York Tech.
Was this like 92, 93?
It was like 90. It was like I was in high school. I just got out of high school, so it was like that summer. You know, it was like 90. But then I had caught an assault charge, and I had to go do 6 months, 5 years probation. And I was talking to E on the phone in jail. Then I got out, and I would see Redman and DOS Effects in them go to E house. And then I would follow the tour bus, like when they was local, like Connecticut, when me and Tone Capone, Eric Cousin, follow the bus. I used to be with Tone Capone all around time, rhyming too, following E. And then that day I just got with E, and then I used to go back and forth. And then he was like, yo, Murray, yeah, you're getting somewhere. Then I cut it, and he was like, don't come back if you don't have no rhymes. Because then I started saying all the rhymes that he was familiar with. I was running out of rhymes. So I went and was making new rhymes. He's like, don't come back to you, man. Then I came back, yo, y'all mythological niggas is comical. The action of, you know what I'm saying? Start going crazy with it. And then it just started happening. But I was with E 2 years before I ever touched the microphone.
Yeah. Okay.
He would go, I would see him, he would go on tour. He was like, then Hostile came. And he was like, yo, I'm going to start bringing you out.
Yeah. That was beautiful, man. And it did look like when you came out, when he brought you out, you could tell you was gonna be trouble when you was sitting in that window like this, and the video on Hostile. I always say hostile, but you pronounce it hostile. But
yeah.
You in the window
hostile,
on the
like
yeah,
tomato.
Yeah, in the video. You like standing, sitting in the window, looking out the window. You remember, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, this that hit.
Yeah. I knew. I was like, oh, he finna rip. He about to rip. You ripped it, man. You ripped it, boy. You say first time I ever
That
heard somebody
actually
use
was
the
a
word.
single on Eric's No Pressure.
Yeah. That's the first time I heard somebody a rapper use the word, well, anybody use the word cerebellum in a song. Like, you said, cerebellum, you got a crew, you better tell them.
Yeah, because I used to be in I'm like a big buff for education, extensive library, and I'm like scholastic in school, so I heard the education. So I would be in science class. My soccer coach, which was my basketball coach, Mr. Watkins, and then Mr. Mott was my English teacher. So I would be in class reading the books, but actually these words, scientific words would come out at me. So instead of doing in class, doing work, I would have like one time me and my boy Apple stole a gun from Warren, so I had the 2.5. I was breaking the gun down, but I was also writing rhymes. In the back of the class, I had the book up so the teacher wouldn't see it. So the words were just coming at me, these like 4 and 5 syllable words. So I knew in hip hop around that time you had to be original. You had to have your own style. You couldn't sound like nobody, and you had to have a niche. So I would emulate LL Cool J, MC Shan, and the Ghetto Boys and NWA and EPMD. So that you went back to the name, I was like, well, I just went with my name. I'm Keith Omar Murray Jr. My father is Keith Omar Murray Sr. Bubba. I'm Baby Bubba. Hubba Bubba, if you're nasty. He used to always say that. So, and my uncle and my grandma, my uncle Marvin, and my grandmother Dolly Mae called me Keysmo. So the Keith Murray, it just stuck. So I may change my name to Keysmo now, but the Keith Murray, Baby Bubba, Keysmo.
I'm glad you went with Keith Murray. I wish I would have went with Willie Dennis instead of just Willie D, because it presents issues from time to time when you're trying to do real business, right? Yeah, it's cool, in hip hop and on stage or whatever. But when the stage is just a fraction of your life,
Right.
and so when you're trying to do other things, even when you get your plaque, man, you got it, Willie D. Dennis, all that kind of stuff,
yeah, but
man.
you did do Willie D. You kept the name.
Yeah.
And then Eric Sermon had Eric Sermon, Paris Smith, and Slick Ricky Walters, James Tar Smith. So it wasn't hard for me not to use my original name because the sobriquets or the nicknames didn't stick with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's dope. That's super dope.
And then you got to be careful for what you name yourself, because if you name yourself that, it could be negative or positive, and it will take that form.
Oh yeah. It happens like that, especially if you name yourself 50 shots. I killed 9 people.
Yeah, my boy
Hold on.
Two-Face. Name yourself Two-Face. He shot
It's
himself
like,
in
yo.
the face and committed suicide.
Yeah.
When my man shot him, God bless his dad, his sister, he used to go with his sister. Two-Face shot himself in the garage because the FBI came and got him because we were selling a lot of drugs, but at that time I wasn't. I got out of the game, and he was still selling kilos and stuff. And then he had a girl who was a mule, and they hid her. And then the FBI found her, and then came and got him, and he killed himself in the garage on his birthday. Two-Face. God bless the dead.
Wow. Man, how much of you is Keith Murray and how much is still MC Do Damage?
Yo, that is a great question, because now, actually, my manager, Rick Aaron, shout out to him. He's 27 years in the game, and he used to be the A&R for Capitol, but he works for Hustle now, but he's manager with Keith Murray and Hazel E., who's on Love and Hip Hop. He's telling me that, yo, Murray, you're blackballed. The guys, the people at the agencies, I forgot the name. I don't think I should say it anyway. they will not sign me. All these artists is doing mainstay shows, and they were like, "Well, like I'm practicing sobriety now, so no drinking for me, especially no drinking, no nothing of that. Performing because he's telling me, yo, these agencies think you a liability when I'm an asset. I got 4 daughters. I want to feed my family. By the grace of God, people like you, people like Game, I'm doing a show tonight in Texas. The promoters still call Keith Murray, but the agencies think that I'm going to leave my house, go get drunk, and not do a show. I live for the show. Like, I'm the type of guy who watches all the artist shows, even if I'm on the bill. Even if I'm not on the bill, I go to the show. I watch the shows. I know this artists do their show, leave, don't watch the sets. I'm a tit-for-tat guy. And I just graduated engineering school. So now I'm a recording engineer.
Oh, wow.
I rig the band. I make the music for the video games and just live staging sounds. This is what I do for a living. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Paid $11,000 out of my account. And the day I went to graduate, Mr. Bernard passed away. So now I got to go through an agency to get my certificate. But I'm going to get it soon. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I'm here to do, it's about the artists and the fans. I'm not here to be a liability and cause a disturbance. When I was young, I did childish things. I grew up 20 years old. Came out the most beautifulest thing in the world. I grew up in public. I didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out to sit the rest of my life in a cell the size of a bathroom or somebody suing me and my children not going to college for my intellectual property, making monetary gain for which the God-given gift I have here to do, which is people, like, I was locked up. A lady told me, yo, I was going to commit suicide. I didn't do it because of your song. And people know the lyrics. And I'm getting chills right now, you know what I'm saying? It changes my life. And like Ghetto Boys changed Keith Murray's life. Mind playing tricks on me and the records, you know what I'm saying? So I live vicariously through the music.
Do you think that those recent comments you made are going to be a hindrance to you, like as far as those people that may think that you are a liability?
What comments?
The comments, the comments about Foxy, Nori, all these people you was talking about.
What I say about Nori?
I don't know, man. I just.
Willie D, keep it on the stove. Tell me, baby.
I've been hearing.
What I say?
Well, let me put it like this. So,
I know about Foxy. I know about, but I don't know.
Okay. So maybe it's nothing there.
I think I kind of know what I said about Nori, but I want to hear you say it.
Yeah, well, you know what you're saying.
Okay, so I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm gonna let you finish your statement.
Okay, so Saigon. Shouts out to Saigon. Saigon.
Who?
Saigon.
Who's that?
Saigon.
Oh, the rapper.
Yeah.
I never met that man a day in my life.
Really?
I do not know that man.
So that's a lie.
Word
that tweet
to
was a lie.
Allah. I don't know that man.
Wow.
I don't know what is the issue with that dude. I know Just Blaze. He did records on my albums.
Yeah.
And I know Just Blaze is a great guy. He's a good producer. But Just Blaze too. He's a businessman. When I hired Just Blaze, he used his equipment and charged me for it. Just Blaze, you owe me some music. And Trackmasters, I paid them some good money. They did a record. I wouldn't know what they doing. I like them nothing, but we didn't finish our work, Trackmasters. But I do not know. I don't know him personally.
Yeah, just so the audience.
Like, I'm friends with all the rappers. I'm colleagues with them. I don't know that man.
Just so the audience can have the benefit of knowing what's going on. Saigon.
Wait,
put a tweet
no,
out.
wait. Let's not do it. I don't know him. We can't give him that light.
Well,
this is an interview. Why give that man that light? I don't know that man, Willie D. With all due respect, let's not give him the shine. Now, Foxy Brown. Okay. Let's talk about Foxy Brown.
Fair enough.
I was dealing with Foxy Brown at one point.
Okay.
And everything I said about Foxy Brown was true. If I offended her, I apologize for bringing out my truth. I'm not apologizing for my truth, but it's the truth. What happened between me and her happened. And Shauna said she don't know Keith Murray. That's a lie. Ask Ludacris. Shauna know me well. She was in the car with me all the time. Ask Rob Love. I know her like the back of my hand. She got nice ankles and nice feet, and the pussy, I ate the pussy, yes. And Foxy Brown, she gave me, she's the whip wop queen, yes.
Wow.
But the other rapper dude, I don't know him. And I seen him online like, yo, I'll just go to jail for the rest of my life. No. I'm a grown man. I got kids, and FBI's watching, and you break the law break you. The law is not bad, but no. I'm doing this for artistry. I'm 50 years old now. What I look like out here going crazy with these people who I don't know. Anything I say in my mouth, I say your name, I know you. Females, yes, I know. I ate the pussy.
When you said what you said about the ladies, right? Did you at any point say to yourself, maybe I shouldn't have said that?
No, it's my truth. And any kids that's listening...
What happened to Never Kiss and Tell?
I don't know about Not Kiss and Tell.
Oh, yeah.
All I know is about what happened, and I say it. Those was girls that I dealt with. You know what I'm saying?
So what if they had said something like that about you? You'd have been cool with that? Like if they would have said what you said before you could put it out there yourself?
It's true, yes.
You would have been cool with that?
Yes, the life and times of the love sagas of Keith Murray. I am the most eligible bachelor in the world, Mr. Moray, as they say abroad. And I don't spend no chips on no money-hungry, stinking-ass broads. I'm the most interesting man in the world. When I walk by oceans, the bubbles just occur. I'm the most interesting Negro in the world, really, D. Besides you.
I tell you what, man, you know, I know when you hit that stage, man, you're a beast.
Electrifying.
I love
I'm a Sammy Davis Jr. rap, but I'm the German in the rap.
I really do appreciate real performance.
You coming to the show tonight?
You're absolutely correct.
You performing?
No.
Nah, you performing. Pull up the brackets. Come on, Dave.
Boy, they better pull out that. Hey.
How much you need? How much you need? How much you need? We need Willie D on the set tonight. Steve, tonight, Willie D and Keith Murray live at 5015. And look out for the new album, The Most Ugliest Thing in This World, produced by Eric Sermon.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
It's done.
Yeah,
now
dope.
Rick Aaron is just going to roll out. And I got a new album with Marley Marl called The Mood. Got to roll that out properly. And I'm got a new album done called Body on the Block with a guy from overseas named Bass. It's coming out vinyl only, then I'm releasing that on all platforms. Look out for the podcast, the most beautifulest podcast in this world. With Hazel E. from Love and Hip Hop. And the reality show, the most eligiblest, beautifulest bachelor in this world.
You about to kill it.
The Murray of Love.
Yeah, you about to kill it. Because I was going to ask you, man.
And the book, the documentary, and the movie.
Oh, that's beautiful. I was going to ask you about
And this is breaking news. Why didn't go on Nori? Okay. No, I told nobody this. So, I'm at Rock the Bells. It may be out, but I didn't say it exclusively, like, excuse me, say it, don't spread it, Murray got that. Juicy bro, that's how the pussy was. The carpet, man. Murray, the lovers, man. Yes. So, I'm at Rock the Bells. Mind you, I'm waiting online to get my credentials. I waited for like 2 hours to go see LL in the group. I wasn't gonna go perform. I saw LL. He said, I'll be right back. But I had a show that night, so I'm watching the show on the side. Tit for tat. Tit for tat. Security like, yo, I gotta get you out of here. I'm like, yo, I'm just watching the show. Shout out to the security guy who let me in. So Nori, man, comes like, yo, he's not with us. I'm like, dude, I could just bust and grab you, don't you, and finger lock and earth slam you. Are you crazy? So I'm coming out the urinal relieving myself. Nori, he come out. I said, I call Rob. I said, yo, Nori, it's about time. Because mind you, they say Keith Murray name on the show all the time. Shout out to Red Man. That's my dude. We doing a new song, too. It's called, Brain Fart. It's coming out. I ain't going to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but we writing it. And shout out to Meth. That's my guy. So, Nori, I'm like, yo, it's time for the show. Don't you know this nigga look at me like, and scurries off. I'm like, no way, I played myself.
What did you have a relationship with Nori?
I know Nori from Def Jam. I know Nori when Nori was with Busta Rhymes and Conglomerate. He was going with them. I said, Nori, where's Capone? He said, no, I said, go get Capone. I felt like I'm the reason why Nori went back and got Capone. I could be wrong, but ask Capone. Capone is my man. They was not rocking. Why would he shun me like that? It doesn't make any sense. I don't care about no $5 million or whatever money you make in a revolt. The money don't change you. The money don't make the man. The man makes the money. Then he on the stage, he brings out Tragedy Gaddafi. They rocking. He goes over there. The whole 35,000 people goes to him. Gaddafi on the stage. I'm sitting there like, no, this could not be happening. That's crazy. They don't show how he could have been with his man like this. Yo, baby, ride. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Yo, money changes individuals. I'm like, yo.
Do you really think it was the money? Or do you think there was a
If
deeper
he was
problem?
regularly without drink champs, he would not be acting like that. I like EFN. That's my man. I'm like, I know him. He asked me to come to the show, but it was going to be man with every sermon. But the show didn't go on. I don't know why he would do that, but I called Rob Love. I said, yo, set it up. I was supposed to go do it MLK Day, but I ain't go. I ain't go. I came to Willie D.
Appreciate that, King. Appreciate it.
I thought Mr. Scarface was going to be here.
Man, what's your number one goal when you're on the stage performing?
Wow.
I said that because you're very, very animated and good at what you do.
Thank you. Well, I'm an athlete like you. So I'm long-winded, and I've been doing it since forever. Since 20 years old on stage. I grew up in public, but I've been doing sports. So I'm just to give an all-around good show, articulation, crowd participation, feel the music, heat it up, and get it rocking. But it depends on the show you're in. Now, obviously, if it's just a cordial show, the energy of the crowd I feed off of. If I'm in there suit and tied up or just casual, I'm not going to be jumping around, running around. So promoters, you can book me for your shows. I'll be cordial. Or I can get wild and crazy like the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? But and wherever I'm at on the...
I don't know about the rest. I don't know everybody. I don't know the rest of them is wild and crazy. You know, like, they ain't got it like that, bro.
Funk Flex was like, yo, Murray, I don't know if that crowd ready for that. So I know how to tone it down is what I'm saying. You know
I don't think you should, though, ever. That's what makes you you, man. That's why we like you. People like you in general, though, bro. Like, and I remember, like, at one point, boy, you was the hottest ticket on the planet. Everybody wanted a Keith Murray feature. I couldn't afford one. That's why I didn't reach out.
I just did it for free. What ghetto boys are you crazy?
Man,
ain't about no money.
Well, you were hot, man. But I'm talking about you was like fish grease. I mean, you was doing like you did Jamie Foxx. I mean, LL twice on that. Well, more than twice. But I know you did that. I shot you twice. You know, you did that.
And on the album, I spearheaded the records.
You did Mary.
Puffy
You did work with
Cormy,
Mary? Yeah. I mean, with Mary. Man, you did, but it's so many
the remix
artists.
kid.
You know, of course you did, you worked with Redman and, y'all had the group together, Def Squad. Shout out to Def Squad, man.
Yeah,
Shout out, man. Y'all did
definitely.
y'all thing with
Shout out
that
to Eric
album.
Sermon and Redman all day.
Absolutely, man. And
Without
those
E,
dudes,
he's the master man.
they still
He's the boss.
passionate about it too.
Mhm.
I saw Red not too long ago, and Red, man, is sharp. He's sharp as ever, man, and hungry.
I really learned from
He still
Eric
has
and
that
Red.
hunger.
I learned from Eric and Red.
Yeah.
The shows.
Yeah. They took you under their wings, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
When you got out on the road and with those guys, these guys are veterans. They've been doing it. Then they bring you in. You the new hot guy, youngster. You gonna step out there. The crowd go nuts. Now you get all of the trappings that come with that lifestyle. You look like the man. And, hot rapper. You know what that mean. Hit songs, hit videos. You got money. You got influence. You got power, and you got the women. Were you like a kid in a candy store, or more like a bull in a china store?
A bull in a what?
China store.
What's that mean?
A bull. You know how if you put a bull and around a bunch of china, he's gonna tie it up.
Oh.
He's gonna just break
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up in public, and I was left to my own devices, and I learned from my mistakes. So, as a kid, you did childish things. I'm a grown man. I don't do childish things anymore. And I used to travel in the packs. I don't travel in packs no more. Everybody has grown up and panned out, and they don't like congregating or come to the shows as they are no more. So when you see me, I'm with my manager and myself, and my manager now, being that, the day and age it is, anybody can just come up to you and create a situation that may not be so desirable for you in the outcome. He may have to have a buffer between me and people. So, he may hire a security to shield me now because things could occur. And now I'm practicing a sobriety thing. People get emotional when alcohol is in them, and you can't control the outcome of things, and the DA will pick the case up. And with my history, it will be not in my favor as if I would not have the track record I had with my arrest history. So I take all things into consideration now because it's for my brand and to feed my children. I've been there, I've done that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not living the life of Raleigh, this careless young man who has to learn as he grows along now. Everything I do is more calculated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a method to the madness, but when the beat is on, it's no holds bars.
What do you...
But I got all types of styles, all types of songs. So now I got to pick and choose what song go where, what audience, for who, where, what, and how.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like... I want to ask this question first. So, around, let's say, I'll say mid-2000s to late 2000s, we didn't see you for a while. What was going on?
Mid-2000s.
Mid-2000s to late 2000s.
Oh, so you mean around the time when the Def Jam situation occurred?
I'm not sure what was going on with Def Jam at that time.
I was on hiatus.
Yeah.
I was doing spot dates.
Okay.
And the industry was changing. I was coming from Koch Records off the Heath Keith Murray. No, on Rapmophobia. And that song with Tyrese, Nobody Do It Better.
Mm-hmm.
So it sustained me to do spot dates. and I didn't have a manager, and I wasn't established as I should be. But the man, the myth, the legend was living on. So I was in doing shows in Europe and doing spot dates around the USA. Now that I'm with Rick Aaron, I happen to go viral now from the interviews I'm doing, and I'm getting my footing right. So I have all these music and records that has to be rolled out properly to continue my legacy. Now I have a record label called Ghetto Mogul, which I will be signing acts, producers, and I'm the engineer now. So now I'm sitting at the board and I'm rolling out my records first, and I'm bringing out my artists and putting producers on, and then I got the people who do books and movies and stuff. So then my manager knows how to connect the dots with that. So then you would see me moving up like 50 Cent is doing now. And then doing what Nas is doing, signing himself to his own label but putting on successful artists. And then I'm doing like the movie thing now. I'm the unfamiliar, familiar face that would be in the movies, like Common and Most Def and things of that nature. Because our job is to remember the lines. And Method Man is a good friend of mine and brother. And Redman and Method Man say, Murray, I know you're smart and you can be an actor. You don't have to know the words verbatim, but you do have to know the scenario and know what's going on in the room to deliver your line. So that's where I'm at with it.
Man, you would kill in film. I just know you would. You just some people just got that. Some people just got that natural vibe, you know.
Yeah, that's a big aspiration of mine.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got that. But you know how you can. I know how you can get on with these big agencies.
Yeah.
Go do door deals. Do your own thing.
Door deals.
Go do some door deals. Do your own thing. Bet on yourself.
Right.
And when they see you get money without them, they're going to want to come. They're going to come running. They're going to come scurrying, man, because one thing that the big boys don't like is you get money without them. They're going to come to you. As soon as you start doing it, same thing what I did with my podcast, Willie D Live. You know, when I started, I just started like with one subscriber just like everybody else on YouTube. I started with one subscriber. And next thing you know, I'm at 100,000, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800,000 now. You know, but the thing is that I had to bet on myself first. Nobody just said, hey, we want you to do a podcast. We'll pay you this amount of money. No, I had to start one at a time and earn $1 at a time, you know. But I went and did it, and now I'm getting offers. They offer me almost weekly. I get some type of offer for millions of dollars. They want to buy the podcast. And I'm like, nah, because it's bigger than the money for me. You know, it's really about having a voice for our people where we can control the narrative.
Right.
You know, black media is very, very important. And I don't think some of our people really understand that we have a duty to control the narrative, to control our own narrative. We cannot rely on others to tell our stories truthfully.
Right.
You know,
Right.
But we can't rely on them to tell the stories accurately.
Right.
We have to tell our own stories. We have to be able to control our own images. And so this is why I keep the podcast going. You know, it's a lot that happens behind the scenes that you have to deal with. But, you know, for me, I have an obligation.
Right, because you know why I was saying, I said the podcast, and my manager's like, yeah, you could do it with Angelique, but I'm still struggling with that, sitting there, looking in the camera, being there at a particular time, at the same time all the time, and people really getting an image of me. I'm not used to that, but they saying that I could do it, but I'm like, I don't really see it in my cards.
It's easy, bro, because what you fear is structure. Shouts out to Deion Taylor with the new movie Fear. But what you fear is structure. And so if you want to overcome that fear, you have to, and if you want something in life, for whatever you want in life, your actions have to be consistent with the outcome that you want. So if you want to do this podcast thing, if you want to be successful in it, then you have to do what the people who are successful in it does, and that is be consistent. That's the number one thing in life, period, with anything that you want to do, any goal that you ever have, is consistency. And so I remember when I started the podcast, I was looking at guys that was doing what I wanted to do. And I was like, damn, how are they doing it? Okay, oh man, they putting out 2, 3, 4 videos a day. Damn, and I started thinking, like, man, that's 20-something damn videos a week. That's 1,000 videos a month, a year. Man, that's a lot of work. But then I kept thinking to myself, like, but that's what I really want to do. I want to do it. Well, if I really want to do it, then I have to be disciplined. I have to discipline myself, and I have to overcome my fear of that structure, having that structure and that consistency. So I just, one day, and I always subscribe to the theory that the first step is the hardest. Get that first step out of the way, anything in life, then boom, you got it. Just like when first day of school, you're scared, you're terrified, you don't know anybody, and then within a week or so, you got a couple friends and you're showing people around. You know your way around the place. So it's just like that. It's just like the first day of school. Everything that you do, that you try new, it's always intimidating in the beginning. But if you have the will and you have the willpower, and then I wake up every day with will. You know what I'm talking about? So I just take it from there, man. And you could do this, bro, and you would be very, very successful. And you should take advantage of it right now, while people are paying attention to you. People are paying attention right now, and you should seize the moment. I don't care if the setup isn't beautiful. The setup doesn't have to be beautiful. People don't care that you have a pretty picture and everything's perfect. They don't give a damn. They want the content.
Right.
It doesn't have to be beautiful. Just give them the content.
Right.
You can come in there and sit down in your shorts, man, and a T-shirt. They don't give a damn. They want to hear the content. They want to hear what you're saying.
Don't overthink
And
it.
you got so many friends in this industry, so many associates in this industry, so many people that cut for you. They like you. People want to see you win.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
And, maybe you don't feel that sometimes, but I'm telling you from somebody that's on the outside looking in.
I'm aware.
People want to see you win.
Right.
People like you.
I'm just not used to being committed to the content all the time, because I critique myself too much, probably. And this podcast setting.
Mm-hmm. But you talked about your kids. How old are your kids?
29, 18, 15, and 10.
Yeah. So you wake up with that obligation. You already said that you have an obligation to them, and you want to do things for them, now. So it ain't really about you at this moment. You're a conduit, right?
Right.
It's not about you. I use this body every day to go get it for Kane and Blake. Those are my kids. I get up and go do it when I don't want to sometimes. Hop on that plane, go to L.A., go do what I got to do, and I come back, and I do that for them. It's my legacy. They are my legacy. I'm responsible for my legacy. And when they turn 18, the money don't stop, the support don't stop. You're not on your own. No, we're in this together forever. So that's my legacy. I'm not finna let my legacy just go to shits.
Exactly.
I feel too strongly about it. And I know a lot of parents who would just let that happen, but I'm not letting it happen.
Word.
And it's within my power to change the trajectory of, my family fortunes. And I got it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm doing it. And I'm putting other things in place so that we can make sure that we maintain generational wealth long after they're gone.
Right.
Some people say, well, as long as I'm good, my kids good, we straight. No. I would feel very embarrassed if a few generations from now, people, my own bloodline, don't even know who the hell I am. They don't even know Willie D. And somebody have to some stranger have to tell them who I am or something, you know. And I would feel very embarrassed if my bloodline, my direct bloodline, is, you know, broke and back to where I started at in the ghetto in 1966. I would be very embarrassed. So I got the power to do something about that. And so do you. You know, you have the power. You know, you have the talent. You have the skill set. You have the resources. You know, it's people that it's so many people out there that you know that has the information. If you don't have it, that'll work with you because of who you are. You know, and because of what you have done for them. There's so many people that, like that woman that you was talking about, who said that she was thinking about killing herself, but she listened to your music and she didn't do it. People are grateful for that music, and there are people that will help you, who has those skill sets that will help you turn everything around and put everything on track. But you got to have that structure. Yeah. That structure has to be there. If you don't have that structure, then you're just basically hoping and praying that things just work out. Yeah. And that ain't how life works. It ain't gonna just magically work out. No. It's the structure, and you need that. And if you don't have people, I know people. I got people. I turn you on to some of my people, man. I mean, starting with my financial advisor, you know, Will Roundtree. He's out in Vegas. Helped me get my credit together. You know, that's a simple thing, but boy, just getting that credit together, it opens doors. It's like you got $100,000 and I got an 800 credit score. Guess what? I'm gonna leverage that 800 credit score a lot better than you gonna leverage that 100,000. Some people can't even understand. They be, oh no, you crazy, man. 100,000, man, that's cash, man. Cash is king. Credit is king. Yeah. Credit is king. Never. I always thought cash was king. I always like, man, I don't need no damn credit. I ain't worried about no credit. Yeah. Here I am, instead of paying, you know, 5% for a car note, you know, 5% interest, I'm paying 18%. Right. Big, that's money. Yeah. That's money in between those numbers. Yeah. You know, instead of paying, you know, 8%, you know, for a home where you can get lower rates now, a lot lower rates now. But instead of paying 8%, I'm way up here in 22%. Yeah. Crazy, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't buy a burger in the airport with a cash no more.
Right.
Paperless, everything paperless.
Yeah. Well,
you can't check in a hotel without a credit card. Impossible.
That's where we are now, man. A lot of people don't realize, but we are in the digital age. We are we are in a space where it's time that digital currency is going to be mass adopted right before your eyes. Yeah. It's happening right now.
Obsolete. Paper's gonna be obsolete.
Yeah, it's happening right now. But man, you got so many ways to get it, bro. You got so many ways to get back out there and make it pop. Yeah. But I would start with what you're doing right now. Start with yourself. They'll come. Like, man, what you did, I don't know I don't think that you, well, I know for a fact that you don't get enough credit for what you did. You held it down for a few years, you know, as far as that new guy came in and gave hip-hop that energy we need to keep going.
Unconscious.
You know, some more fuel. You put fuel in the fire, you know? Yeah. We need artists like that, even today. We need those new artists who can bring something new to the table, bring some new energy into the table. Right now, I don't know if we have.
I appreciate that compliment.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if we have that right now, but I know we need that. We need those new artists who can come in and bring an angle, because that's what you did. You brought an angle in. Right. You know, bring that angle. So you got
Kendrick Lamar did it, right?
Kendrick Lamar did it.
J. Cole
did it.
Yeah.
You know, J. Cole did it. Cardi B did it.
Cardi B did it, yeah.
She did it, you know?
Megan did it.
Megan did it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
All the girls
That's
did
why
it.
I'm scared.
It's an angle.
We saying the same thing, yeah.
It's bringing that angle, you know? Migos did it, you know? Yeah. Yeah. R.I.P. Takeoff.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy.
Besides your uncle, who made you want to be successful? Who's that person that was in Keith Murray's ear that was talking to you and you wanted to make them proud?
Well, my Uncle Marvelous, too. He's like, yo, what you gonna do? The whole world's watching. Besides Uncle T-Ray, Uncle Marvelous. Like, what you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
The whole world is watching you, Gizmo. Don't let it go to waste. And then my grandfather, Mr. Hall, him and my grandmother, they was the two married. Like, my grandmother told me, like, she had kids and he had kids. He left his wife and got married. And those are the two people who I ever saw. Besides I didn't know my mother and father in the same household, but my mother kept his name. And they kept us around each other. But those two, holy matrimony, like faithful two individuals. Until the day he passed away, I was doing 3 months and 3 years, pardon me, in Connecticut from when I went to trial. And they railroaded me for something I didn't do. But I went to trial for something I did and beat it. So I went to trial in Connecticut thinking, the system ain't gonna fail me. And when they came back, the victim said, I didn't see Keith Murray around when I got hurt. When the judge came back, he pulled up the paperwork and he looked at the paperwork and it was backwards. And I read it before him, said guilty. The day Enigma dropped in Connecticut, Commonwealth. But long story short, Mr. Hall, my grandfather and grandmother, I was in jail. That's why I got to that story when he was dying. I was like, Poppy, I will always stick with Grandma. He said, since you said that, I can die now. And to this day, I'm with my grandmother, Clara Buddha Hall, and my Uncle Clee there. But that stuck with me and my uncle to be like, yo, you can run the streets. And, that ain't the thing. And stick with school, but hip-hop swiped me. And Eric Sermon came along, but just to know that I'm making a difference. And you know what I'm saying? Like, people are dropping left and right around me, and I'm watching news, people dropping left and right, and you here for something. You know what I'm saying? Man up. And get established, Murray. Get established.
Man, it's beautiful. The most beautifulest thing in the world is to hear you have that, to accept that responsibility, to know that you are here for a reason. When you go through all of these things, and you should have been done, it should have been done.
Could have been.
And could have been done, right.
I didn't even tell you the stories yet about the death looking in the face. And my God bless the dead, Mr. Daniels, my daughter Brittany grandfather used to be like, Sam, you escaped death again? Like the shootouts and the killings and the jail stints and the drug, like battling the addiction and the. He like, damn, you passed death again? I'm looking at this man like, word, taking life for granted like that. Crazy.
So you feel like you're all the way back now?
Well, I know it's an ongoing battle, and I can't say all the way, but I know God ain't done with me. And I got my daughters looking at me, and the people looking at me, and Eric and Redman looking at me. So I gotta, you know what I'm saying, not be careless with this life God has given us. We here on the wing and the prayer by the grace of God.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And Willie D, baby.
Absolutely.
You don't understand, Willie. I got goosebumps, baby. Word.
Again, man, we appreciate you for coming through, man.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and
Thank
gentlemen.
you for having me because, a lot of people be playing the kid. Willie D, I went to Tim Westwood wouldn't have me. I went to L.A., they wouldn't have me. I'm like, yo, Goomba, what's going on? Niggas think I'm playing with this. I ain't playing with this.
When it's time for you to go and you ain't got no more, how do you want to be remembered?
With a strong legacy.
Yeah. That's like, what's that, Family Feud? Get answer, get answer. Real talk.
Diversify the
Yeah.
portfolio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Where you living at these days?
Long Island, New York.
Oh, yeah, at home, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been all around the world, but I'm strong on his own. Will leave a hole in your back the size of a quarter roll.
Yeah. You're a cold boy, man. Cold,
Learn
cold
from the
blooded.
best of them. Willie D. I got goosebumps right now. Yo, you don't understand, Willie D. Yo, I was practicing like how I'm gonna act, what I'm gonna say when I come in the room. Willie D. What?
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Man, I appreciate you coming through.
Thanks
It's
for
been
having
wonderful,
me.
and I'm
Cause
definitely.
yo, Dame said the Willie D show. I said, yo, I watch it. I go to sleep watching the show. I wake up watching this show.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah, appreciate it, man.
Word.
We definitely gonna get back in, man, because I know we can go all day. I know we just sit down talking. I want to chop it up with you just off this
Definitely.
camera anyway. But
Definitely.
yeah, it's so everything ain't made for public consumption,
Yeah.
But you that dude though, man, and I
Thank
appreciate you.
Very inspirational.
Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Murray. No
I was
more
just
talk.
warming up, baby.
Yeah.